Hello, everyone. Welcome to RJK. This is the second of Rantings and Ravings, my section where I talk about issues, events, and ideas in clear English so that we can have further discussion. It's important to have emotion and intellect involved in speaking English because things should be relevant to you, they should matter to you. If you're trying to discuss things that matter to you, it will help you to develop your vocabulary and it will help you to think in English. The more you learn in English, the more you'll learn of English. So, many people I work with are dealing with ERP conversions. What is an ERP? You may have heard of some of these: Oracle, SAP, Infor. I used to work with a system called Facts. These are enterprise resource something. I don't know what the P stands for, but it means all aspects of the company are feeding into one system. So your company doesn't have 10 spreadsheets, where each division keeps a spreadsheet of what they do day by day, what they're spending on. None of that. You have one system, and everybody works in that system. So you've got your inventory in that system. You've got your sales in that system. You have all your products in that system, and all of your accounting and finances are done. Financial statements are done from that system. If it's set up correctly, it is really an awesome system. But there are problems. So the benefits are, if you have companies around the world and you're all on the same ERP, all of the data is coming into one place in one form. And then the finance department can collate all that material into their financial statements. It makes it very easy to account for what's going on. It also allows for, we call all of a sudden I'm forgetting the name, but it's where you use large amounts of data to benefit from. To benefit from something. So you have all of this data, pricing and all of this. If you have it in one place, you can analyze it better. You can get BI, business intelligence, to extract that data and make and analyze it and come up with statistics from it. You could even use that to feed into machine learning in order to use AI, or really machine learning. We don't have AI yet, to figure out trends. This can be useful for blockchain as well. So anyways, you have this ERP system. So the problem is you have to install this ERP, or you have to convert from one to the other. Many of the people that I work with are working for consulting companies. They are working for the companies that help manufacturers or companies that sell services to convert to the ERP. So, what are the challenges? The company needs to know every part of how its company works. They need to know what the furthest company does, the company that's in Malaysia, that's away from their main place in Japan. How do they do business? How do they capture the knowledge that those local people have? And how do they use that in the new system? So the problem with having many different ways of doing things is you don't have a united way of gathering the data. The benefit of those different places is they have local knowledge. So the challenge is to know how they actually do the work in those places. If you don't think ahead on this, you're going to fail. Or you're going to come up with a Frankenstein of an ERP that doesn't really benefit anyone. I mean, it maybe benefits a little bit, but there's going to be a bunch of workarounds. And your accounting department is going to be running to try to figure out, oh, okay, when I'm dealing with the home office, I know that I do accounting this way, but I know, oh, the Malaysian one, I have to think about, oh, well, they really price it this way. It becomes very complicated. So if you're a consultant, make sure that you work with the company to truly map their processes out, to truly meet with those individual areas, to talk about how they do business. You have to be like an anthropologist. If you are the company that is getting the ERP, you need to think about this. You need to think ahead about what your business processes are, because you're going to map it into this ERP. If you're converting from one ERP to another, you need to know your processes of how you do business in each of these. You also need to know the needs, what you're trying to accomplish. Because when you work in a system, you do things according to that system. It's not necessarily the best way. You do them because that's the way you do them in that system, but that's not necessarily the purpose, why you're trying to do it. You need to know all these things, and you need to take time. Like a personal anthropologist, use your consultant. Use them as a backup. They're interviewing people, finding out how they do things. Don't rush through it. And I can't stress this enough. Don't take a top-down approach. Figure out the knowledge leaders from each area. Empower them to really talk about their area. If you're just trying to impress the top person and get the lowest rate for an ERP and the lowest rate for getting it converted, you're going to fail. You need to empower people at those different areas to truly talk about their area. And you need to use that consultant to gather that knowledge. That's what the consultant is for. The top person can't do that. They're emotionally vested in certain things. They want to look good. You need that outside consultant to really gather that knowledge. If you do this, it can be more successful. So if this is interesting to you, let me know, and I can do some more detailed studies about it, and we can talk a little bit more about these areas and maybe look at a case study of what has worked and what has not. I hope this is useful to you. Make sure to hit the bell icon so that you continue to get these. Comment and subscribe, and hit us up on RJK English on Facebook as well to have further discussion on this. Give your experiences, and let's talk about this. Let's really get into business English. All right? See you guys later.